Hey, what's up everyone? So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Credit Collection Tusken Raider from the Mandalorian. So I have now six Credit Collection figures. Most of them I got on sale with the exception of Cara Dune. That one was a gift. This one was on sale and I had some other discounts that I applied to it. So this one wound up being $7. I could not pass it up. And of course, this comes on a Credit Collection style card back. Got Star Wars The Mandalorian up top. Here we have Tusken Raider and part of the end credit artwork. And through the bubble, you can see the figure comes with a cycler rifle, a gaffy stick, and some extra tips for the gaffy stick, a New Republic credit accessory, and the Kenner logo down there. And there's the back of the card. You got more of that artwork, which is actually pretty cool. Then you have the little Credit Collection blurb that they write, and then you have the barcode, lots of small print and logos. All right, I'm going to get the Credit Collection Tusken Raider open and let's take a look at it. Okay, so here is the Credit Collection Tusken Raider out of the bubble, and just looking at the thing, it's like overly saturated. The colors are just super vibrant on this guy. But let's take a close look, and I've always loved the detail in the so-called face on the Tusken Raider. The archive release is the only other one I have, and it's the same figure, but this one, the colors are just super, I don't know, they just stand out, but I love all the detail in here. The wraps look good. Now the other one has sort of a wash over the whole thing. This is just, you know, the color of the plastic, but it's got kind of a rust color on this side and almost like a pink on this side. Kind of interesting. But yeah, from the neck up, I've always loved this figure. And from the neck down, it's just like the other one, just a different paint job. But this thing looks good. The bandolier, it's more vibrant, it's more colorful, but the detail, it kind of gets lost on this one compared to the other one. The pouches here, they look great, but again, some of the detail gets lost compared to the other Tusken Raider. Of course, on this one, you have all this dirt down here. I don't know. To me, this may have been a little overdone, especially how it just kind of stops. It's just right here. Kind of strange. Now, the robe. I have always loved this robe. I wish they would use this same material for Jedi's robes. It just lays nice. It's got a nice feel to it. It's a great robe. Now, as far as arms, on the other Tusken Raider, there is some great detail on the wraps on the forearms. There's nothing here. It's just the plastic. I mean, the details are there, but the other one is much, much better. And of course, the sleeves is this weird orangish color. Yeah, kind of strange. I mean, it's a wacky looking figure. That's what the back of him looks like. You know, just lots of wrinkles. This bottom half of his like underrobe is split, and then legs are just this same color. And the wraps down here, the detail is there, but I think I like the other one better. And then the feet, you know, kind of the same thing. Yeah, from head to toe, it's a cool looking figure, I think. I don't know if this could be a stand-in for another Tusken Raider. I mean, the colors are just too crazy, but I still kind of like it. And I'll just touch on articulation real quick. So you've got some decent side to side at the head, a little bit of down, some pretty good up, and a touch of tilt. The arms can get up to there, and they can rotate around, but the robe's going to get all screwy. Now the elbows, they get just to 90. Man, the elbows are super stiff. Yeah, just to 90 at the elbows, swivel at the elbow, swivel at the wrist. You have a side-to-side hinge on the right hand as well as a side-to-side hinge on the left hand. And for midsection, you've got some swivel, a little bit of crunch, a little bit of back, and not much tilt. As far as legs up, they go that far, and they go out very far. They go back a decent amount. You have an upper thigh swivel. You got these double knees. And this lower half of the robe is just in the way. Okay, the bottom half of the knee does not want to flex. There we go. Golly. Yeah, double knees that get almost all the way up. And then feet, they go down all the way. They go up a pretty good amount. And then you have some swivel at the ankle. So the articulation on the Tusken Raider is okay. I mean, the elbows just to 90, and this bottom half of the robe, if you will, is kind of in the way, so it does impede leg movement, but overall, for what this guy's going to be doing on the shelf, it's fine. And if you want to compare them side by side, yeah, I think I like this one better. So this is the archive release, and like I mentioned, the detail on the head wraps is so much better on this one. You can see they put a wash on it to really bring out that detail. This is just the color of the plastic. The faces are pretty close, and yeah, like I mentioned, the bandolier, this one's much better. Just has so much more paint. It really brings out that detail. And then the pouches there on the front, they painted the snaps on this one. This is just, it's just brown. And then of course this one does not have all this dirt on the front. And the wraps on the arms, yeah, dark wash really brings out all that detail, whereas this is just brown. And on the feet, same deal. This one, the wash just does so much for this. And these are just brown. So I'd have to say I like this one better, but this one is pretty cool. So next, let's take a look at accessories, and we'll start with the cycler rifle. This one, it's very boring. It's just this gray plastic. I mean, yes, the details are there, but they didn't do anything in the way of paint on this rifle. Yeah, and if you compare it to the one that came with the archive release, yeah, there's literally no comparison. This one is so much better. All that nice silver paint, brown stock, brown all in here. The barrel actually looks like a gun barrel. Yeah, this is where they cheaped out on the accessories. And as far as him holding it, this is about all you can do, really. I mean, yes, he can hold it, but the elbows aren't that great. The shape of the stock and the tightness of his hands, it's very hard to get it in his hands, but he can hold it like this. But as far as getting him to fire this weapon in a way that looks natural, you just can't do it. I mean, from the front, yeah, the stock is right on his shoulder. This works pretty well, but getting this hand anywhere near the trigger and stock back here to have his hand wrapped around the back of the stock like that, it just ain't happening. I probably won't pose this guy with this weapon, but if this hand would go here, that would look amazing. I mean, that would really, really look good. But yeah, this may just go in my box of accessories of things I don't use. But him just holding the rifle like this does not look bad. So next, let's take a look at the Guppies Stick. And once again, it's just a gray plastic, but the detail is definitely there. On the Bantha toothbrush end, I love all this. It's got a cool feel to it. Fine detail. All the nicks and bumps on the shaft of this thing look good. There's a little bit of a texture down here, which is kind of cool. Yeah, it does look good. It's just all gray. And here are the 3 tips, and they're, once again, just a gray plastic, nothing special. And this is the one that came with the archive release. It is black. I think it looks a little bit better. And the tips, okay, this one's gray, but then you have a silver one and a black one, which is nice. It's very nice. Yeah, I like this one better. And as far as getting him to hold this thing, I've found it easier to put this half of the Guppies Stick through one hand. Okay, the fingers are literally like concrete. They will not bend. And then you could choose your favorite tip, slip that through the other hand, and then join it together. It's just easier. Okay, so that's that. And if you want to have him like he's about to swat somebody or jab somebody, I think that looks good. And here's a little bit more of an action pose with the legs a little bit farther apart, the Guppies Stick a little higher, and I do love the look of this. And of course you can get the thing over his head in the classic Tusken Raider pose, and I love how this robe just kind of hangs. It's a great robe, but yeah, that looks pretty good. But I think I'm going to keep this one in this kind of pose, like he's getting ready to attack. I do like the look of that. And before I go stick this guy on the shelf, let's take a look at the New Republic Credit Accessory. And I think this is probably the nicest credit accessory that I've seen of all the Credit Collection figures I have. I like this one the best. So you have this New Republic symbol on this side, and then on the flip side, you have this, which is kind of cool. Most of them don't have anything on the flip side. This is kind of nice. So this thing here that looks like a 7, that is a $sign. These 4 squares, that's an upside down 3. And then this rectangle here, it could be a minus sign, which doesn't make any sense. I mean, what, like -$3? That's kind of dumb. Yeah, I'm not sure what this rectangle is. And then the writing around the outside says, "In the name of the free beings of the galaxy." Okay, that says that all around the outside. And then down here, it says AARGAU. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. It is what it is, but that's what the credit accessory looks like. All right, now I'm gonna go put this guy on the shelf and let's see what he looks like there. And there we have it. And yeah, this guy actually looks really good on the shelf. I mean, the colors are just cool. The pink on the left side of his head and this sort of rust color on this side of the head is pretty neat. And all the dirt on the front of the robe, you know, if the robe is just open this much, it just looks like he's grimy. And I keep telling myself I'm not going to buy any more of these credit collections, but I keep finding them cheap. Like Moff Gideon was $8. I think I got IG-11 pretty cheap. The Death Trooper was cheap. Cara Dune was a gift. I think I paid full price for the blue Mando. And I think that's a nice looking Mando. And then this one, I got it for $7. I kind of like the way they look on the shelf. I mean, just to add some color, something different. And the Tusken Raider, I think it does look good on the shelf. So bottom line, it is what it is. I mean, it's credit collection. I know a lot of people don't like this line, and that's totally fine. If you don't like them, don't buy them. I've been picking them up lately just because they're super cheap. And this one, I do like the look of it. I mean, it's kind of cool. The accessories, yeah, they're just gray plastic, you know, kind of boring. They did cheap out on them, but it's fine. I'll just keep this Guppies Stick in his hand. And again, the New Republic credit. It's cool. It's going to go in my box of accessories that I don't use, but it's fine. But overall, it's a pretty cool looking Tusken Raider. I do love the colors. You know, I like the other one better, but this one, just because it's different, I like it. I'm glad I got a good price on it, but I want to hear from you guys. So comment below and let me know what you think of the Credit Collection Tusken Raider from The Mandalorian. And if you enjoy videos on Star Wars The Black Series, please consider dropping a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and please turn on notifications. I would certainly appreciate it, and I just thank you all so much for watching. See you all next time.